start with a black screen and music. Edgy, scary music that would make a parent or studio executive nervous. And logos. Really long and dramatic logos. Warner Bros. Why not Warner Brothers? I don't know.
Hello, and welcome to Operation Rocket. The objective for this project was to build a model rocket capable of completing two tasks: to fly as close to 700 feet as possible, and to successfully recover payload in the form of an uncracked egg. In the process, we were able to design and modify several aspects of our rocket, including rocket fins, the shape of the parachute, and the total mass of the rocket via countless open rocket simulations. First, let's talk about design choices.
Going with the trapezoidal design for the fins, we were able to easily and effectively test different sizes, shapes, and dimensions through Open Rocket. We found that with longer and larger fins, we were able to have high stability and a large apogee to work with before adding the various mass components. The base rocket design is very top-heavy by itself. The video recorder and egg-carrying apparatus in the front section of the rocket adds a decent amount of mass, which affects the center of gravity. What we really focused on was having all the masses be in their most accurate place so that we could have a very realistic representation in simulation to go off of. After that, we played around with different masses to see what we can add to bring the apogee down to the goal of 700 feet. The build process was very much straightforward. One of the most challenging parts, however, was making sure that we were able to complete everything on time, which required plenty of planning and splitting up of tasks. Another huge part of the build process was to make sure the fins were very secure and perfectly aligned so that the rocket would fly as straight as possible. All the planning and building was all worth it in the end, when the day arrived to finally launch our masterpiece.
As you can see by the graph shown here, we achieved a maximum height of 775 feet above ground level, overshooting our 700-foot goal by 75 feet. However, even after the rocket fell 775 feet back to the ground, we were able to recover both the rocket and the payload in a near perfect condition, achieving the second part of our two-part challenge. When it comes to the problems causing our elevation difference, there is one that sticks out from all others. This is the fact that there was a slight miscommunication on my part during the launch day when it came to adding the extra mass. Before I realized when and where we were supposed to be adding the mass, the rocket was all taped together and ready for launch. After getting our completed rocket in hand, we took it to the scale and measured it to be about 13 grams lighter than what we had planned for in our open rocket simulation. It is unknown how much of an effect this difference in mass actually had in our overall elevation, but had I added that 13 grams, we could have seen much better results in the end.
Oh, it's going that way.
Oh, please. Yes!